Earth is home to many myths and legends, but where do they come from? In MythWalker, you'll explore Earth's parallel world, Mythra, using your geolocation. Here to walk us through this mobile geolocation fantasy RPG is executive producer Mike Madden and principal artist Andrea Daly from Nant Games. Guys, welcome to IGN Live. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Now, before we start this, I hear you guys brought us an exclusive reveal trailer.
We did.
Let's dive in.
Boxes, boxes all day long, in my heart a hero song. Onward to my destiny, the warrior inside of me.
Adventurers, now heed my call. Mythera will never fall.
All right, guys, so I need to know more. What is MythWalker, and why was it key to make the game a geolocation-based RPG?
MythWalker is a geolocation RPG where we turn the real world around you into the game space and allow you to adventure and progress your character and interact with the world's myths and lore that we've grown up hearing about.
So you describe Mythra as a parallel world to Earth. What does that look like design and art-wise?
So basically, if you're at the beach, you're going to encounter like giant crabs, like you saw in the commercial there. Pirates. If you go to a swamp, you're going to see rodents of unusual size. God, I hope I'm not too old for that reference. But yeah, so basically, you're going to kind of see the same parallels of wherever you are. Also, we have weather in the game, too. So if it's raining outside, you're going to see it raining in the town hub, and you're going to see it raining on the world map as well.
Now, we see a lot of creatures in these trailers. Now, talk to me about some of the creatures. Who are they? What are they? What makes them unique?
Some creatures? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I don't know how many I can talk about, because, like, some of them are pretty under wraps right now.
Oh, gotcha.
A little bit under wraps, yeah.
No worries.
But goblins we have a lot of goblins in the game. We have so many species of goblins, actually, from all over the world, using, world myths. My favorite goblin? Oh, man, I think the hobs are my favorite. So, yeah, hobgoblins, guys. We got them. They're actually the only goblins that can use magic, and they do it very poorly, so it's hilarious. The VFX are kind of like crayon drawings, and they're just really fun-loving. And then we do have very scary goblins, too. We've got red caps, and you don't want to run into those guys.
Gotcha. Now, what sort of myths are the basis for MythWalker? Walk us through sort of like some of the creatures that we're going to be facing in the game.
Let's see, which one's going to talk about? So actually one of our species, the Anu, are based off of the Anunnaki, which I think some people are familiar with through conspiracy theories, mostly. But there are actually a lot of feathered, like winged people in myth all over the world. So design-wise, I lost my corgi. Oh no, I gotta put him right back here. Oh, sorry, guys. So sorry. Stick around, we're gonna give these away later. Yeah, I know, right? So they're so cute.
Now, walk us through the gameplay loop. What does it look like when you log in and start playing?
Sure. So it's meant to be part of your day, not to eat up hours of it. So if you're going out to grab a coffee or have lunch with some friends, it's something you can boot up and play along the way. You fight some battles. There's mini games in there like forestry and mining, so you can grab resources that tie into a really deep crafting system that you would expect from an RPG.
Now, you mentioned combat. What does the combat system, how does that look in the game? How does that work?
Sure. So combat is as you're walking down the street, and you're on your phone, you'll see different encounters that you can interact with. And they are representative, again, of your environment. So there's plains, city and urban, desert, mountain, and that's all reflected in what you fight and the environment you fight in. So you'll select the enemy, go into a combat instance, and then using very natural phone through swipes and taps, be able to get into some pretty in-depth combat that you would expect, again, from an RPG, not unlike what you get out of MMOs and other games in the fantasy genre.
Amazing. On the topic, yeah. On the topic of RPGs, what sort of classes are available and what are your favorites?
We have the Spell Slinger, which is my favorite. It's a kind of a Western-themed magician, where instead of just using a wand, your wands are kind of your six-shooters, your staff is kind of a shotgun, and that's depicted in all the animations. We also have the Warrior, and then we have the Priest.
The priest, yes, and I love the warrior because I am not very strategic person, so I just like to go in and hack and slash away at enemies. Yeah. Why not, right?
Now, let's talk about some of the species. What are your favorites? I know some of them are under wraps, but what can you share with us?
So far, we have the Anu, which I mentioned already. They're kind of like our feathered bird folk. I actually based them off of David Bowie and K-pop, roughly. So they're very colorful and very proudful species. And then we have the Wolven, which you saw in the commercial as well. There are like small, hardy little dog folk. And we have so many options in the game that you could pretty much make your dog at home if you wanted to. Put him in the game. Yeah, right? I know I did. They're my favorites by far, probably. And then we have humans. And, you know, they're kind of OP, because why not? We're humans, right? We want to be like the best. So they can be any class that you want.
Love it. Now, what sort of variance is there between species using the same class? Like, example, like a Wolven warrior versus an Anu warrior.
We didn't want to have any extra advantage. We wanted you to be able to pick what you liked and to play it. So you're not going to find that one species class combination has a real urge to go any one direction with that selection. So it's pretty neutral there on bonuses, if you will. It's more about what resonates with you and what you want to have representing you in the game.
Hey, I'm always a fan of player choice. That's awesome, right, guys? Now, explain to me how the town hub functions. That's a first in mobile geolocation game, right?
It is, and it's something that the game kind of demanded because we are trying to add so much more depth to the geolocation game. So whether it's the crafting and merchants, as well as different NPCs that you'll meet that might give you quests and other things. Anything?
I got to paint the entire thing, so when you see it, that was all me, baby.
Yeah.
I did it all. Man. Oh, no, I definitely had input, of course, from the team, which shout out to the team. Love you guys so much. You guys are the best. I wish you could all be on stage right now with me. But yeah, the town hub was like so fun. And you'll find that all the NPCs sort of reflect their buildings that they're in. And right now we've got Madra, who's like this really cool Wolven, and he's got this crazy store full of just anything you want. And then we have Jamstana, who's a dwarf. I think we call them Doran in our game, which is actually more correct in terms of like old world myths. And she is like an ex-pirate, I think. But now she's your blacksmith, and she's going to help you dismantle your weapons, and she's going to help you make cool stuff.
Speaking of making stuff, I need to know, how does questing and crafting work? You talked about resource gathering.
Yeah.
Does that play a part of it? How does crafting work in the game?
So you'll get recipes at different levels as you progress through the game. They'll unlock. And they'll allow you to temper and create new sets of armor. And so there's advancement trees that you will follow that will have certain requirements of resources. And so as you're progressing and as you're traveling out in the real world, you'll come across those resource collection mini games, the mining. And so there are the basic elements that you're trying to catch, you know, iron and whatnot, but there's also these catalyst items, and those are the ones that kind of allow you to hit those higher tiers. And so it's something you're always kind of gathering everything as you move, and like a vacuum as you're going down the street. You just want to hit those mini games. They're really quick, easy, and fun, and allow you to just, you know, get yourself some better gear, which allows you to then take on that boss enemy or whatever it is that you've got your eye on for a quest or whatnot.
I love it. Now, yeah. Now, in the trailer, we did see a lot of people playing together. Talk to me about cooperative play. How would it look like if the three of us, for example, jumped into the game right now and started playing together?
So you can play up to 2 friends right now, and if you guys play together, you can fight much stronger enemies on the map, and you get more loot. You get more XP. You get more gold. You get more cool drops.
Yeah, some more benefits for working together.
Gaming's always better together.
I could not agree more. Now, despite this being a geolocation mobile game, MythWalker also supports tap-to-move navigation, which I think everybody can be excited about, right? You don't necessarily need to go out and walk. You can just do it from the comfort of wherever you are in case you can't move around outside of that. Aside from the obvious physically moving versus not moving, how does this feature change the experience for users?
Accessibility is a big focus for us, and this is kind of the first step on our plan for taking geolocation and making it available for everybody. Not everybody can get up and walk around, whether that's a physical limitation or, you know, you're stuck at a, you know, babysitting or whatever, you're stuck someplace. Tap to Move is a system where you are able to literally tap your screen and move your character. We've all played other geolocation games where something's just out of reach and there's a freeway or a fence or something that kept it out of reach. This mechanic, no longer a problem. Hit your compass, converts you into tap to move mode, and now you can go ahead and access those things. So.
I love it. Accessibility is a big thing, and I'm so glad that you guys are making that a big feature of your game. Jesse, Andrea, or Mike, Andrea, I heard you guys have a couple giveaways for us?
Perhaps.
Yeah, we do.
Can we bring some of those out? All right, so first off, I need to show this off because we can't be giving stuff away without showing you what it is. So first of all, we got this beautiful art on this t-shirt.
I made that, guys.
It
That
sounds like
was
people
me.
want these. And then we also have these woven plushies.
Yeah,
Are you guys ready to give some of these away with me?
I think we should.
I love it. Guys, sign up for MythWalker closed beta over at mythwalker.com. We've got more IGN Live coming up, but now let's give away these woven plushies, guys.
We didn't.
Oh. I'm a terrible throw. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I see some corgi owners out there. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.